Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Devin, and today I'm gonna be talking about how I feel invisibly queer. Obviously, with this being my vessel, you can understand how I would feel that way. If you are new here and you not subscribed, definitely go ahead and press that subscribe button down below. We're shooting for 20K. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching, you're trying to get these gains or a custom meal or training plan, definitely email me or check out my website down below as well. Definitely check out my sponsor, Legion. You can get 20% off your first order with code Devin, okay? Let's get into the video. So when I say invisibly queer, I mean, I look cishet. There's no other way to put it, right? I look like this bodybuilder bro, and it's just me, and this is my existence, and everything comes easily to me, and people respect me no matter what, right? And that's kind of what I was going for when I transitioned. My ultimate goal was to look like a bodybuilder bro, to have facial hair, to be able to walk down the street with my girlfriend and hold her hand and not be fearful, right? And that's all fantastic. That's what I wanted, and I don't know that I would be alive if things ended up otherwise. But with that being said, I think that my outward physical appearance as it is right now kind of may have people perceive me in a way that's not true to myself. My existence has not always been easy. I have navigated the world as a female for honestly 19, 20 years because I wasn't really able to start testosterone. I had that weird in-between phase. The way that this really gets me, you know, I'm thankful for my safety because first and foremost, I do feel so grateful that I do have this cishet passing ability, okay? I'm so thankful for that, and that modern medicine and, you know, society has allowed me to undergo this change, right? But it hurts me to know that, you know, sometimes I'll see folks that look like they're a part of my community. Maybe they're somewhere on the gender spectrum, and it kind of sucks to know that they might look at me and think that I'm just some random guy and that I'm not visibly a part of their community, because I do care about community, and I think that there is a level of connection that can be had there if they knew that I was trans, but I just look like some random, it's like, oh, another random guy. Obviously that's what I'm going for, right? But I think that's where the invisibly queer thing kind of hits me, because it's like I could be making these connections with people, you know, like in the outside world, at the gym, you know, when I'm just walking around and stuff, but because I just look like, you know, Joe Blow over here, like it doesn't matter. And that may seem like no big deal, right? But it's kind of a big deal to me because, you know, when I'm in situations, for example, at the gym, I'm like the only guy in my gym that trains glutes. I don't know what's going on. Everybody has soft booties, but whatever. It's kind of like I'll ask a woman, like, are you using this equipment? Like, are you still here? And sometimes they'll look at me like, he's asking me, oh my God, he's asking me a question. Like, this man is like asking me something. And I understand why, because I also perceive men sometimes the same way. It can be a fearful thing, right? Like, hey bro, are you gonna be weird? And I get it, because men can be weird. Women can also be weird. I've had those exchanges as well, but I 1000% understand the hesitance and the weariness that comes from a female or a woman interacting with a man. My transness gives me this ability to be like, gives me the ability to relate to that, and they don't know. And I guess it's kind of a little bit of an ego thing. Like, I do want women to know that I'm not a threat to them, so we can just interface normally. And that is one thing that I do miss about interfacing with women before transitioning, is like, that person's not a threat, versus now it's kind of like, don't want to be on an elevator alone with a woman. Don't want to do that because I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Privilege. Realistically, it's not, you know, the worst thing in the world. I think the biggest time that it hits home is just not being able to relate to other people, right? It just sucks. Like, people don't know that I'm trans unless I get recognized, which is cool, but also it's kind of like, whoa, you know me, you see me out here in real life, and you know I'm trans. Safety? Am I good? Like, are we good here? It just feels disenfranchising, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and that is part of a reason why I make an effort to have an online presence, is because I can't imagine feeling isolated in all walks of life, not being a part of my community, because it means a lot to, you know, share experiences with people. Say like, I remember how that felt, or remember how this feels, or it just means a lot to know that other people share your experience. And I feel like that is something that is left out with me being so stealth, I guess is a way to put it. It's tough being cis passing and heterosexual passing, god damn you. I don't know, I just don't like to be perceived as that bodybuilder guy. I guess I'm just complaining, but this is a product of my own work. If any of y'all can relate to this, if any of y'all know what I mean, please share in the comments. Realistically, I don't want to look any other way. I don't want to present any other way. This is just naturally who I am, but I do miss that connection that was had with people before I was so cis-passed, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. This is just my ramblings of the moment, and I really did want to touch on this. If you do not follow me on Instagram, definitely do that. It's at DVNSPRS, but it's also going to be linked down below. And like I always say, Devin loves you, Devin's a Don, and Devin is out of here, boy.